How you doing, fellas? I have a very powerful message today that if you apply the teachings I'm about to offer you, I promise you, you're going to see big changes to your life. You're going to see changes to your energy. You're going to see changes to the amount of courage that you walk around with. You're going to see changes to your testosterone. You're going to see changes to your neurotransmitters, your emotions. There's literally so much that you can change within you by applying this simple process. And it's you may already be applying it. And if you are, great. Comment below and let the other guys know if this is working for you too, because people need to understand this. Now, the reason why a lot of men are struggling these days, and I know this from my own struggles, and I sometimes fall into it now and again, even now, despite the fact I'm out here talking about these things, is that we fall into states of apathy or depression or anxiety, those sort of ADHD states as well, where we feel a bit overwhelmed and we hide from the world, and then there's nothing else to do but distract ourselves in those sort of scenarios. So we use our phones, we use porn, we use drugs, sugar, fast food, whatever it is. We kind of numb ourselves out, and then we just stay stuck. We just stay down there in a sort of lower, heavier level of consciousness where life's just a bit bleak. We're in survival mode all the time, so we literally, our body won't fire off the happier emotions because our body thinks we're under threat. That's what happens when you're in survival mode. It doesn't matter how safe your conscious mind might think you are. It's all to do with your unconscious. It's connected to your nervous system. And if it perceives threat, it's sending out the survival emotions. You're not going to get the happier emotions. And those happier emotions are what you need to be happy. And when you think about any goal you have, any goal, if I were to say to you, you can have that goal now, but you'll never be happy, well, would you take that offer? Probably not. I'm sure maybe there's a few people out there who are going to say that they would, but the reality is almost no one would, because we all want to be happy. Like, it's just something we all want to do, yet we go about it in ways that actually make us less happy. When you look at what happiness is, there's different levels to happiness, right? But it's really to do with our emotional state. And when our emotions are higher, we feel more happy. And when our emotions are heavier in the survival emotions, we feel it's hard to be happy. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to be happy when you've got so much apathy and depression and fear and stagnation and guilt and shame and all those sort of heavy emotions, right? So you want to get to the higher emotions. That's what you want to do. Now, if you're just caught in this sort of spiral of just heaviness and procrastination, the way out is first step. Get clear on where you're going. Get clear on a mission. Have something that's more important than all of these habits that are taking your energy. And until you find that thing, you're just going to be choosing addiction. That's it. And maybe you have a job, so you've got money coming in. That money coming in is providing you with safety, providing security, So it's providing you with a house, it's providing you with enough food, it's providing you with enough to just live your life. And you have no other goals or aspirations, so you're just going to continue to spend most of your spare time overstimulating yourself with your habits. And if that's you, then that's fine. Like, if that's what you want to do. But if you're into self-development, it suggests that you're trying to develop yourself so you become happier on some level, or start doing things that you think are going to make you happy, but it's so you can feel more happy. Then you need to look at this. Men need a purpose. We need direction, right? Masculine energy is penetrating. It's from A to B. We like to take things to completion. For so many years, I just couldn't complete anything. I just wasn't able to. Every idea I had, I'd be lucky enough to start it, and if I did, I would never take anything to completion. And that shows that there's like a distortion of that masculine energy, because it's more of a feminine energy where we're just sort of a bit all over the place. But when you start coming up with ideas and taking them through to completion, that's when you start developing more presence, more of a refined kind of masculine essence, which is going to allow you to start doing the things that you want to do and enjoying more. Just if you are attracted to feminine women, then you want to be more in your masculine, right? And that's going to make her more in a feminine. All these things are fantastic, but it all comes back to yourself. So you want to find a purpose that's more important than all the habits and addictions that are keeping you stuck. That's key. Now, purpose is this grand thing, right? And there's a lot of guys out there trying to find their purpose. Now, if you're going to have the mindset that a lot of guys have is, well, until I find my purpose, I'm just going to carry on as I am, then good luck finding your purpose. Your purpose is going to find you once you start taking steps out to create. Once you start doing more and taking more action in the world, things are going to come back to you and going to be reflected to you, where you can then sort of alter the course of your path that is going to take you to where you need to get to in order to like really find your true excitement in life. And then to be able to get paid for that too. What could be a better goal to have than to get paid to do something that excites you? I mean, it's mental. So I'm on this path now, right? Like, I'm not making money from this YouTube channel yet. I haven't made anything. But I'm out here every day, almost every day. I'm trying to do a video a day now, talking about these things. And I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. But my goal is to get paid to do the things I love. So I'm taking a step in that direction, and I might not be there yet. I mean, I get paid to coach other guys, that's cool, but that's not my end goal. I want financial freedom. Now, I'm not financially free right now, far from it, but I'm taking the necessary steps to create it. I think so many guys, and this is me included, we're so conditioned to have a quick fix, to like find that thing, and we're searching for that in so many videos. What's that one video that's just going to fix me, you know, make everything okay? So it's never going to happen. Sorry. You want to just start taking little baby steps towards the things that you want to do. And so if you don't have a grand mission or a grand plan yet, it's fine. Find something in your life that you can improve on and take it through to completion. You're going to start trusting yourself more, because you're like, hey, fuck, I can do what I say I am going to do what I say I'm going to do. That's huge. When you really start believing that you're going to do the things you say you're going to do. And guess what? Other people start believing you too. But when you don't believe it, other people don't, because they see how you are, right? As much as well as you do. So, I think for guys who have been watching my videos, they know that the state of their nervous system is having a huge impact on whether they're moving forward out into the world, right? So when I talk about these heavier emotions, fear, anger, anxiety, depression, sadness, guilt, shame, all of them, they're all linked to the fight or flight response. So there's survival emotions that come up when your nervous system thinks it's under threat. So you need to start looking at what's putting your nervous system into the stress states that are triggering the heavier emotions that are keeping you stuck. And guess what? Pretty much no one wants to hear this. It's your lifestyle. Everyone's blaming their past. Oh, I can't do this because of this and that. This happened to me. Sorry guys, I just don't buy into it. Yeah, the past is affecting you now because you're letting it. Like, if you had seen what I was doing a year ago in terms of my addictions, I just had no control over anything I did. My urges and addictions were like my master, and I was the slave, and I was just like, yeah, coffee, weed, sugar, just procrastinating, scrolling, that's all I did all day. I mean, it's crazy to me now that I can walk through town, walk through the cafes and see all the sugary treats on offer and just like, nah, I don't even want to eat them. I mean, it's a huge step for me. So all of those things are ruining your nervous system. It's coming from seeking. The Buddhists talked about this, right? Seeking, it kills our peace because we're looking for something outside of ourselves to make us feel good, because we've learned that we can't feel good inside. So we're seeking. You're seeking next video, looking for the notifications, you know, seeking sugar, all the addictions and habits and porn, all of it. Everything around you is like designed to take you out of yourself into your mind where you're seeking, right? And up here, the activation of the head creates more stress. It creates the heavier emotions. You can't feel happy, and now you're not going to step forward towards your goals. You're stuck. You're in procrastination. You're in apathy. You feel like shit. What you're going to do? You want to take little baby steps towards fixing those lifestyle habits. If you scroll for 5 hours a day, and then you're like, right, I'm going to stop scrolling on Monday, good luck. You might make it a day or two if you're lucky. You know, you're too wired to go from 5 hours a day to nothing. You want to start bringing it down, bringing it back down. And then it's the same with everything, right? You can make your phone black and white. You can take your social media apps off your phone. Your brain's going to be like, I can't do that. I need it. Like, I'm not going to be happy in life. You won't be happy for 2 or 3 days. That's part of it. You have to go through that shit. But that heavy feeling that comes up when you give up your addictions, can you see that as your body purging all the shit that you've been accumulating from these heavy, bad for you lifestyle choices? You're burning that off so you can start to be lighter and freer, have the lighter emotions that are going to allow you to start stepping forward, feeling like more of a man. There's so much going on if you start doing that. That can happen if you start doing this, guys. And lastly, this is what's been taught for many thousands of years, is that you've got the ideas already there. But when you're down here in the heavier emotions, you can't see them. You don't have clear access to your imagination and to the images that are firing off about all the things that you want to do, the desires, right? We're constantly walking around with desires. We want to do this and we want to do that, but we push them away and ignore them because of the stories that tell us in our head that we can't do it. So they're already there. But the heavier your emotions, the more in stress you are, the less you'll know they're there. Now, if I'm stressed out and I hit record on my camera, it's going to be very hard to talk to you the way I'm talking to you now. Okay? Now, there is a bit of activation in me because of what I'm trying to get this point across. But if I was in a heavier state and there was shame and guilt and fear and apathy, good luck recording a video and being in flow where the words, I don't know what words I'm going to say 1 second after I said them. That's what being in flow is. That's what being in the now is, right? Now I never would have been able to do that in the past because I had too much going on up here. It was coming out my head and into my body and doing embodiment practices. This is what I constantly talk about. But when I mention it on the video link or on the title, no one watches the video because no one cares about embodiment, which is fair enough. But embodiment is the tool that's going to bring you out of your head, out of the stress, allow you to feel more grounded, feel like more of a man, have the lighter emotions that are going to allow you to go after what you want. I feel like I've talked very, very quickly and my energy's kind of been a bit like pushy, but I'm hoping that what I'm trying to say is coming across. So you can make the changes to your life. You might just think, you might see this and feel a bit motivated. Hello. And then just go to the next video but watch that. Watch what you're doing. Like, you're not going to find it in the videos. If you applied what I'm suggesting, this could be the last video you need to see. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I still watch videos and hope that I'm gonna get something, right? I still fall into that. So it's okay if that's what you're doing. But yeah, everything you need is, everything that you could be doing is already there. These ideas, right? I had the idea to do paid ads on Facebook to promote my coaching business, and I just never could do it. It was just too much stuff going on in me. There's too much heaviness, and I could never really do it. And it's only now that I'm doing it. And I tell you what, I feel great for doing it, for taking action like that. I'm making a video presentation to put out on social media so people can listen to what I'm saying, similar to what I'm talking about now, but see it visually as well as I do slides, and then offer my coaching services at the end. And I'm putting that all together now. Now, in the past I never would have done that. Now I'm doing it, and it feels really good. Like, in terms of the chakras, if you follow the chakras, when you're in survival mode, which I talk about a lot, that's the root chakra, right? The creativity comes from the sacral, and that can only come when we start taking a step back from all the things that are putting us in survival and start connecting with ourselves, especially through meditation. And then we receive the guidance, we receive what wants to kind of come through us. And then if we start actually acting on those things, because we've all had ideas, right? I mean, I thought of Deliveroo years before Deliveroo started. I didn't think of the name Deliveroo, but the concept. But, I was never going to do anything with it, so it's not my idea. I'm sure a lot of people had the idea, but one person actually started taking action on it. And that's when the energy rises up to the solar plexus, because solar plexus is about taking action. It's about moving forward with things and creating things, right? And it's also linked to self-esteem, which is very interesting, because when you start acting on the things that you've been avoiding your whole life, you're gonna feel good, and that good is like self-esteem. You're gonna have confidence that you can start doing it, right? You're gonna have self-esteem, which is great. And you can feel the energies coming up a bit now, and then you keep continually putting out these ideas that are coming to you. They're kind of like breadcrumbs being led to your wherever it is you're going. You're going to start having more love for yourself, especially if money's coming in now, and you maybe you quit your 9-to-5 job and you're starting to put stuff out into the world, and money's coming back. You're going to have some more love for yourself for doing that. You're going to feel good. And the more you love yourself, the less you feel rejection when other people reject you. Eventually you get to the point where you realize there is no rejection. You can only reject yourself. So you can have the world reject you and you won't feel it as long as you don't reject yourself. And that's self-love, right? And then you imagine how free you are to be yourself when you don't feel rejection. You can just say and do whatever you want in life. That's freedom. And in that next energy up, your throat chakra, right? You can speak your truth. You're like, I'm not going to feel rejected if you guys don't like me for what I'm saying. I'm not going to feel rejected if I offend you. Now I'm just free to speak my truth. Boom. Now, and can you just see how authentic that is? Like, this path is all about authenticity. It's all about authenticity. If that can be your goal, to be more authentic in life, I can't think of a better goal to have right now. Sure, like, you might be like, I want a girlfriend or whatever, and I want more money, but that comes from your authenticity. But also it allows you to be happy as you have better relationships and more money, because we all know that money doesn't bring us happiness, right? But if we're earning money being our authentic selves, that's going to bring happiness, of course. It's just that the majority of people who are making money these days aren't doing it in the way that makes them happy. So it doesn't, I mean, you can look at Instagram accounts of people that are earning a lot of money and they're going like Miami or whatever, and they got all the women behind them, but if you look deep into their eyes and really like see if you can get a sense for their emotional state, how are they truly feeling? Are they in the lighter, happier emotions? If then they're all quite often they're not getting the girls around them, the young Instagram girls, right? It's all superficial. It's not love, essentially. And I get it, not everyone is, when you say love, like a lot of men turn it off and they're like, I'm not interested in love, what's all that about? But going back to what I said before, if you could have any goal you have in your life but you couldn't feel happy, or I said you couldn't feel love ever again, would you take it? And if you did take it, then yeah, you're making a mistake. I'm still open for one-on-one coaching for guys who want to start developing more of this forward momentum in life. I can really change your life if you give me the opportunity. I'll put a link in the description. Subscribe. Do share my account with anyone you think would benefit. I'd really appreciate it. It would help me grow. And I'll see you in the next video.